Kumasi, Flow Residence to be precise. And as you can see, I am decorated on this set with some gorgeous faces with Obideshie. Number one, I'll start with you. Can you briefly introduce yourself to my audience?
Okay, my name is GHOne Ponsa. I'm a life coach, a financial and economic analyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you on board. And we have the gorgeous...
Hi. Actually, my name is Brifa, but I'm mostly called SB. I'm the host of Ultimate Brunch and Lunch on Ultimate 106.9 FM.
Okay, the voice is giving radio. Thank you very much. And then to my far left, we have...
Gladys Achere Roxette, and I'm the Executive Director of Lamrock Agency, organizers of Miss Health Ghana.
Okay, I mean, first and foremost, let's discuss Kumasi. It's I come here often actually, but to come here and to work and to meet people that are in the industry and to also connect with Obideshie, like I like to call him, it's a very, very nice momentum feeling that I'm actually having right now. But most importantly, I'm really looking forward to having a very fruitful and thought-provoking conversation tonight. But Achere, being in Kumasi with me and the squad, how are you feeling?
It feels so good. The whole journey was memorable, and getting to Kumasi, I don't know, first I had fufu.
No, you did?
Yeah, we had fufu. It was so good.
Why are you shy to let them know that you ate fufu?
That was the first night I was looking out for, like, to eat good fufu from Kumasi. I really had a wonderful time here.
Okay. Obideshie.
Yeah.
How was it like being on set this evening and knowing the conversation that will be happening tonight? How are you feeling about it? Are you nervous?
It feels great having to mingle with people of different background and of different ethnicity. Okay, so it's a privilege having to see you. I only wish to welcome you to the city of culture.
Okay.
And the city of filled with the ambience of respect and of many things to take home and to remember about Asante and its traditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of tradition,
yeah,
I think we'll come back to that conversation.
Okay.
But if you were to ever have a moment where you look back and think about this moment, what would be that one word that you use to describe this moment?
Splendid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Splendid.
Yeah.
SV.
Mommy.
What about you?
I think I'll have to steal the splendid word from you. You know, should I say welcome to Kumasi? And you know, when you're in Kumerica, it's good. Because I was about to ask if you've taken in fufu, but I'm also curious to ask with what soup.
Well, I had green soup. I had light soup. I had snails. I had meat. I had, and this is someone that I was actually supposed to be fasting. After I took the first bite, I remembered that I'm supposed to be fasting, but I sent my pastor a message to let him know that we'll continue tomorrow, we go again. But yeah, we're coming to you live from Flow Residence. In case you're in Kumasi and you're looking for a very comfortable place to put your head, trust me, I can actually vouch for them. This is the place to be. But in the meantime, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll delve straight into the conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the commercial break. It's still Toast right here on GHOne Television. Don't forget, we're streaming live on all our social media platform at GHOne Television. And let's keep the hashtag going, hashtag Toast. My name, again, is Mami Inimwabeko. And I'm on set with Gladys Achre-Roxon, who is the CEO for Miss Health Ghana. We also have John Akwesi Aponsa, who is a relationship expert. And then we have SB, an on-air personality at Ultimate. Tonight's topic is disapproval of relationship from family and friends. I'll start with you. Have you ever dated someone that you would say your family members or your friends did not like for various reasons, one thing or the other?
Yes, I'll start with the idea that my first relationship happened to be so, but for an obvious reason. The father felt that the lady was younger, to be engaged in a relationship. So I had to battle it out until it got to a point that it couldn't work. So I've had an experience of two families battling for a relationship, whether to approve it or not to approve it. My side was okay, but the dad of the lady was a whole package against the relationship. So that's what I get the intuition of thought from.
Right. But on this note, do you think most of the times family or friends see something that we don't get to see? Because, there is this saying that when you're in love, you're blinded by love. You can barely even see, you can barely even reason with your head. Yeah. So do you think when you're in that situation, usually people around you see the things that you can't see, i.e. the red flags?
Yeah, possibly so. You see, let me start from the background. You are entering a relationship, and the relationship centers on you plus your family, plus if you are a man, the woman's family, and if you are a man, a woman, the man's family. Okay. That means that generational gap. The parents are older than you. They have had so many experiences in life. They are culturally intuitive. Certain thoughts, religious, spiritual, has been modeled to them. Before you, the child, think that you have reached age of maturity and that you have gone outside and made a choice and that you are presenting the choice home to your parents. One, they see appearance.
Right.
Now you have to remember that three things are cardinal when it comes to somebody forming an impression or opinion over you. The first one has got to do with the appearance side. What did they see the first day you brought a woman home? What did they see the first day you brought a man home? That is one. Now, after they see, they need to confirm with what they have heard. So what has the woman told the parents? What has the man told the parents about you? And three, they will now prove. So the assumption is that Madam A is like this. Now when you step in the house, the appearance will prove what they have heard, and then your behavior will also confirm what their impression about you. So if their behavior, is at variance with what they have been modeled to, they will begin to be suspicious from that very moment. Now, if it confirms, let's agree that the man have said, "Oh, Mom, I met this lady. She comes from a very respectable home. She comes from a rich background, And then you step in the house and you are walking like a duck, double. Immediately.
Right.
You see that, oh, my son lied to me. This is not from a rich home. Okay. Now, for obvious reason, remember, most women, I wouldn't say every woman, most women are opportunistic. Okay? They are opportunists.
Hold on a minute. Most women.
Okay,
compared to men.
As compared to men.
Okay.
Because you have to remember, everything about woman is cost.
Hey.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh, so I look at you, okay? Mm-hmm. I can count from your hair to your eye. Mm-hmm. Everything that God has given you, you want to add to it extension. An extension of it is money. You have eyebrow, you are adding to it, it's money. Okay, you know what you use to at least deepen your eyebrow. You have eyelashes, natural, you are adding to it, it's money. Okay, men will just apply cream. You say you don't like cream.
So you don't think men are opportunists as well?
Oh, if you hear a man is opportunist, it's a stream. It's a stream. You only have few. Okay, and in analysis, we use the majority to do the analysis. So what I'm saying is that if the woman in particular, that's the mom, has the impression that the woman you are bringing home is bringing costs, okay, she will begin to have a different opinion about the relationship. Rather than you have said that she's on payroll, she's a nurse, she's a doctor, she's a lawyer, there and then the mom knows that she's a worker, she receives something, and that she would not deplete.
I have a question that will probably broaden this conversation, but I'll come back to you. Atre, do you think one should be worried if the friends or family member disapprove of their relationship?
Yes, because I think relationship, if it's supposed to lead to marriage, it's two people, like two families, family A and family B. And if we should go back to our traditional settings, before someone even marries, you have to do underground checks, investigation. Is he or she from a good home? Their family, what kind of sickness do we see over there? Are they mad? Like those, they do all those underground checks. So if a family doesn't approve of a relationship, they might have genuine concern. So it's actually a border. If my family doesn't approve of my fiancé, it will really hurt me in a way. So yes, it actually matters to me.
What about you?
I think that when it comes to friends, we should disregard it because we don't know their motives as to why they disapprove my relationship. But when it comes to my family, I think I should put more thought into it. But so far as they are telling me they don't disapprove, doesn't mean...
But why should you put more thought into it when it comes to your family?
Because I have to get to know their reasons and their concerns as to why they disapprove to me being with someone that probably I love, someone that I know. Probably they've not met him before, they don't know who he is. So it's up to me to present that man and create that image I know of from the man to their parents, for them to know that, okay, you may have your assumptions, but why don't you get closer to this person? Probably you may love his demeanor, you may love his character, because sometimes what we see physically deceives. You may see that this man, based on how he dresses, may be this kind of man, but probably when you get closer to him, you may see something entirely different. That's why we say don't judge the book by its cover. Why don't you get more closer to the person? So I definitely wouldn't bombard them for saying no, but I want to know their reasons as to why, and if it's tangible enough, it's reasonable, then I will have to consider my relationship with this person. But then too, I'm not just brushing off their concerns, I just want to know their reasons as to why they are saying no.
Okay, right. Obidishie.
Yeah.
You know, actually this question is for everyone. Some families actually disapprove relationships or even the idea of marrying someone based on tribe. Do you think this is logical, or do you think it's a bit selfish because it's at the expense of someone's happiness, especially where love is concerned?
Okay. To start with, I will still delve into the background. Why will a tribe decide that a daughter or a man should not marry somebody who is distant, far away, distant, away from home? They had a reason. And if you go into the reason, you might like. Okay. Now, at the time, you remember the means of transport had not developed than that of today. Okay. So if you like to travel from, say, Offenso to Accra to marry, it means that two families are marrying, and that whatever happens to the woman, you have to attend. It comes with cost, distance, you stay over. So usually they preferred the accounts prefer that if you marry within shorter vicinity and anything happens, they can go. If you hear that there is something bad news at home, you can easily come. That was their reason. Now, you have to remember that we, just like other animals, are Homo sapiens. That means we are far advanced in terms of reasoning capabilities than our friends, the gorillas, okay, and the lions. Remember, the lions live in pride, so polygamous life. But one pride will have many women, one man. That means that within that vicinity, the Lion King controls. If you want to have a dating affair, not within that pride, you have to travel. And that can be a far distance away to find a mating partner within another pride again, which you have to conquer before you have access to the women. Going to the gorillas is the same. So we are advanced. That means that aside the cultural motivation behind you advising somebody not to marry from a different tribe, there is a good reason to marry also from a different tribe. Here, I've said the background that if animals did it and there was nothing wrong, human beings are also animals. We have to find a good reason to intermarry. So for me, destiny can have it that somebody might be an Ashanti, but will have to travel or work and meet somebody who appeals to his soul. As long as one, there is vision. As long as two, there is that connection. As long as three, there is that compatibility. Then for me, I look beyond tribal.
But Mr. Aponsa, you know, when it comes to tribe, it's not only just limited to that of within Ghana.
Yeah.
For the longest time, even, we would hear stories of people saying, oh, my mom doesn't want me to marry someone from Nigeria or anyone who isn't Ghanaian. So when this topic is also up for discussion, do you also still have the same energy?
Oh, yes. One thing is that, you see, you have to check your background. I, for one, I don't like traveling in buses.
You are changing your tune.
Yes. You see, you have to know yourself.
The tune is changing, Mr.
You have to know yourself.
Okay.
Me, I don't like sitting in buses for long hours.
Okay.
So I want comfort. I don't want today, my mom is sick. Tomorrow, Dad, I have to take flight.
So what you're trying to say is...
So what I'm trying to say is, if you look at your background and you can travel, you don't have problem with traveling, then it's good for you. If you look at your background and you are like me, okay, if Na comes to stay where I stay, okay, and then I'm in love with Na, and something happens, that one, Na is within, and I pray that you will not have problems within your families that will be taking us to Accra.
Please look at the camera. Nice boyfriend is watching.
So the point I'm making is, I find nothing wrong with distance. But you check your background. It's distance. You have to consider.
But aside the distance as well, you mentioned something of compatibility as well. You know, for lack of better words, I feel like back in the days when our parents spoke about, you know, them disapproving of us marrying other countries or other nationalities, it was more or less to also do with the children, their upbringing, you know, being torn between the two countries. And also thinking about things like, okay, religion. So it goes beyond. It goes beyond just within Ghana. Course. It's country, it's religion, it's culture as well. Yeah. You know, to a certain extent, would you agree to also disagree?
Well, for me, you've heard of the story of an estuary. All the rivers we have, they join up in the sea. And at a point where they are joining the sea, there is chaos. For me, life is dynamic.
Right.
Stories are being written every day. Okay? And new culture is also emerging out of the merge of existing cultures. So I may be an Akan. I may have the opportunity to marry a lady who is an Ewe. She has particular upbringing that is different from mine? Will it be an opportunity for me to learn? You cannot tell me that there is a culture or a super culture anywhere.
But is this not an archaic mentality?
No. Every culture is distinct, unique, okay? Except that there may be minuses. But that's not what I'm interested in a relationship. I'm interested in the values of your culture, how you are brought up. Maybe I don't know how to say sorry, but there is a tribe in Ghana or beyond who always precede whatever they say with sorry. So if I am the Akan type, or let's say typical Kumasi type, okay, I give orders.
Are you?
I'm not. Okay, I give orders, and then this woman is always telling me, "I'm sorry." That you know, she's teaching me values I did not learn from my home. So the moment I also begin to be respectful, I'm turning that culture. I'm rewriting the story about Akan men or Ashanti men. So whatever you decide to go into, then you must have a good reason. Some men may date a woman after a month, everything is working for him better. That means the woman has a good aura of luck. You also date another woman for a week, everything will come down. Okay, so before you decide that I want to marry Madam A or B, you should have your good reason. Then the odds, for me, you handle the odds. Okay, and by being together, let's see, I'll use the logic of finance. Everything is stipulated within 5 years. 5 years. So if you stay with your woman or man, and after 5 years of struggle, you come to cool down and flow into the sea. If you still have your luck, if you still have your respect intact, if you still have your aura of good home, then I dare everyone that distance, tribe,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Destiny answers to all.
Okay. SB, what's that one tribe or one country that you've always been very hesitant to date?
Actually, I don't have any. I've always been saying this, that it doesn't really matter if the person is an Ewe, if the person is a Fanti, if the person is an Ashanti.
What of nationality?
I don't mind. It doesn't matter if the person is a Nigerian. Why is it that, you know, you are okay to marry a white, but it becomes a problem when you marry other nationality, talking about the African countries or talking about our tribe? You see, we don't have a problem traveling all the way to America to marry from there. This is quite a distance, but we have a problem sitting in a car to travel all the way to everywhere.
He has a problem with being on a bus. He doesn't like traveling long distance, but he doesn't mind being on a flight for 14 hours.
You see? So you know, we are jumping all over happy. Oh, I'm going to sit in a plane. Oh, my daughter is now marrying a white. But then some people have a problem when it's, oh, my daughter is marrying an Ewe, my son is marrying an Ewe. You know, we have this mentality that, okay, Ewe people, they are like this. You know, we have this myth and all that surrounding our ethnic groups and all that. So it actually works against us, which I think it shouldn't be so. So far as I'm having red blood flowing through my veins, and the other ethnic group is not having a blue blood, I think we are on the same page. We are good to go. As far as the person is having, it has to do with the character. It has to do with the ethics the person is having, because we have an Ewe who is, you know, respectful. We have an Ewe who is pompous. We have an Ewe or any other tribe. So it all bounds to understanding. If we understand each other, then we are good to go. I think there is nothing wrong with, you know, crossing the border or crossing our
the bridge
to settle with someone.
Ashray, what about you? What's that one tribe or nationality that you've always been very hesitant to date or marry?
So honestly, I don't mind. I really don't mind.
Okay.
I don't have problems with the ethnic groups or countries. It's the individual, because that individual makes a difference. it's widely known that Northerners are productive. So if you marry a Northern and the person is hardworking, the person is not a lazy person. People know that Akans like to work. So if you give them one, they multiply it to give you two. Maybe Ghana people are lazy. Like we have those things, but we can have Ghana people who are extremely hardworking. Like she's extremely hardworking.
Right.
You have a Northern who is very, very lazy. So I think it's that individual that I would want to see who can change the whole narrative and change the story. I don't really mind, oh, you are a Northerner, you're a fancy, you're a Nigerian, you are no. I go in for the individual personality.
Okay, but you personally as a woman, and I'll come to you SB as well, how would you feel if you started dating a man or a woman and it got somewhere? A man, sorry. I mean, we're trying to appreciate all whatever, yeah. So what would you do if you got to find out that the family members didn't like you? Because I have an experience of that sort. I was once dating a guy, during that time I think I moved to Ghana and I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I found myself in a very serious relationship, and he was from a good home. So one day I thought the family members liked me. One day I picked up his phone whilst we were sleeping. Ladies, never do this. Don't try this at home because it will end in tears. And I got to find out that the family members actually had a problem that I wasn't working at that time. Like, they didn't want the relationship to progress because she is unemployed.
But how do they know?
Hey,
Exactly.
I'm sure that the guy probably, yeah.
And
So it comes back to what you were even saying earlier, that you feel like men are not opportunistic. But let's be real. A lot of men want to marry women who are well-to-do, or women that have their things together. They want to marry women that have titles, women that are from good backgrounds, women that are from specific tribes, you know. So really and truly, as much as you're trying to defend your gender by saying that, you know, when it comes to women are more opportunistic than men, I think when it comes to that side, men are more... Because women
are.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Mommy, sorry for
Okay.
before you come in, I'm glad you brought this back. And I heard him saying that, you know, we are costly. Whatever we have on us is money. You see, you want something which is beautiful. And something beautiful doesn't come so cheap.
Yeah.
So I don't think you want to go in for a woman who is, you know, looking anyway. A woman who is not put together, a woman who is not presentable. You definitely want a woman who is looking beautifully, outwardly, inwardly. Because if you are going for a program, or you are going to a program, and you are going with your wife, you are going with your girlfriend, you want everyone to, like, you know, give compliment to your woman, and that compliment does with how the person presents herself, and that has to do with the appearance, the wigs we have on, the makeup we have on. It actually compliments us. So if you're a man, you should spend money on us.
I think all of you are taking me out of context. Okay. I am somebody who believes that even if your woman is working, what makes you the man naturally is by dint of the fact that you are a provider.
Hallelujah.
She is a home taker,
Amen.
caretaker, okay? Regardless of her finances. If you are a man and you look forward to receiving or depending on a woman's finances, then you are deviating from nature. Okay? But the point I'm expressing is that look at your own family. Look at the man or woman you are bringing home and act with wisdom on the basis of the data that has been modeled to you. Like you were saying, every woman knows that they are expensive. So if they have the impression, if mom has the impression that you are bringing Madam A home, and the impression is that she's not working, you are entitled to tell her what you want her to believe, because naturally you don't want to spark jealousy. She needs your money, woman. The mom, she needs your money. She knows that you going to date another woman who is not working will mean you cater for her needs, and she also needs her needs. So why tell that truth? Though it's truth. But if I were the man and I love my woman, I'll tell mom, I've met this wonderful woman. She just completed university. When will my mom ask you to bring your CV? You see, sometimes we should live with wisdom.
If she asks you that she wants to employ her or give her a job, bring her CV.
Before you tell that story, know the condition of your mom. Is she in condition to employ her?
Okay.
No.
What if she can?
If she can, well, it depends. The if is hypothetical, which I may not dwell much on. Okay, it depends on the circumstance. So if the man had projected you well, it has all happened to all of us. Off air, I was sharing a story. The first time I bought a car, I knew my father didn't have a car. I took the lady to my hometown, but before we got to my hometown, I rented a hotel and put her in. That I'm going to study home and come. When I went, after conversing with my mom said, "Can I escort you?" When we got to the car, she looked at the front. She looked inside the car. I asked, "Mom, why this?" She said, because she, "Nyamia yadio, what oka, o papa and toka, mama and front." So, if I had brought that lady and she was at front, what will I start? I will spark jealousy. So when I went back, I told her, "Today the ground is not fertile for me to introduce you." So I did go to my hometown 6 times without her. My mom began, "When are you bringing a woman home?" 2 weeks later, I brought the woman. Even with that, there were question marks because she was not working. I found a way to tell.
But you see, I have a problem with that because as a man, I feel like a man should be able to stand, you should be able to stand your ground when it comes to your woman.
Yeah.
You are trying to be a pillar, you're trying to be a shelter for this woman.
Yeah.
You know, even if, let's just say, because me, I'm all about transparency. I don't mind. I will open up myself to you. You know, I don't want you to pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. If that means you telling your parents that I'm unemployed, fine, so be it. And I believe that if you truly love me, see, I've met people in worse situations where how they feel, no, it's true.
Yeah,
how they feel about the woman, they're able to still stand their grounds, and eventually the family come around. You know, as a man, be a man. Stand your ground, even if the woman, excuse me, is even a prostitute and that's who you want to be with. Yeah. Be the man of your word, like shelter her. Do you get it? I understand that sometimes families, they're only looking out for you. You know, they're not looking out for the relationship. You know what's best for you. If this person makes you happy, like I said, stand your ground and actually just say, okay, I understand that, excuse me, say this person is a prostitute and this person is unemployed, this person had a past or whatnot, but I'm still ready to, you know, stay by her, because there are actually testimonial stories of people that have gone through similar predicaments, and their story still stands. Yeah, you know, so I don't think it always pans out in the Nollywood movie that we all try and make it out to be like, you know, eventually your parents are always right. Yes, parents know what's best for you, but are they always right? No. They're not.
They are not always, but you have to look at the law of variance in nature. The fact that you are outspoken, you want everybody to see what is happening within you, doesn't always mean that when you are in a relationship, you should expect reciprocity of your nature, because people vary. You know your mom. You know, like I sit here, I know that all women are jealous. All women, they are jealous. Sometimes, if a woman, let's all be honest, knows that my man, the man I'm dating, doesn't have enough. Okay. In the extreme scenario, if she knows the man has more, you go out, she will call you several. Oh, I'm checking on you. Oh, that. Sometimes the motive behind the checkup is to see who you are spending the extra money on. It's not checkup. Checkup, you have, okay, baby, I'm well. 30 minutes later, video call.
But you know, men are more.
No, I will come to that. Women. I will come to that. If you are broke, if you are a man and you are broke, you will understand me watching me. That if you are broke, your woman may not call you the whole day.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Oh, that's not true.
No, let me tell you. win lottery. I'm giving practical scenario. Win lottery in her presence. You are broke, but today you have won lottery. She knows that you are not going to keep the money in bank. You have kept it somewhere known to you. The morning you take some, put in your pocket. She asks you, hey, babe, where are you going today? Oh, I'm going to visit a friend. That day, if she has the impression that you are having over 5,000 cedis in your pocket, she will call you 16 times. Really? Because she wants to know. Look, go to the women's salon. The conversation is, that's many women. You get that impression.
I don't think, so no. Are you trying to say broke guys don't like women or are not promiscuous?
Broke guys will get their type.
Why still women?
No, you see, that's where women don't try to make assumption over men. How you want to know men, understand it from us. Okay? If a man wants a woman, the man is looking out for certain qualities that pleases his soul. Look, let me tell you, and I'm not trying to be gender biased. Men are born naturally kings. Naturally. If you want to see, some of us who grew up in the village, Mama and Papa, those of us who were playing that game, who told that young child to start behaving like mother? Who told her to go and look for firewood? Who told her to put a tin on fire that I'm cooking for you? Who told her to cook in the first place? Who told her to have toy at her back? That tells you that nature has placed rules. But look, the man will come, say, ma, take. And then, you know what they give the woman? They'll give a leaf representing money. So there and then it tells you the man is a provider. Okay? Now, when there is an incident, you see the girls, the man will be like, all right, protector. Okay? So provider, protector, caretaker. Then the woman is nourishing at home. She's taking care of home. Okay? Now, that woman who takes care of the house knows that this my man is a provider. And every woman would like, you go to a house, you want to marry, if it's a woman, the man will say, what work is the man doing? The next question, can he take care of you? Don't let us be hypocrite about this. Every woman, if they don't ask, I'm yet to see. Even if she's a rich woman, they will ask, what work is he doing? Can he take care of you? So it means that if you have more, you are going out. That woman you love, you are able to take care of. You meet another woman who also needs that same thing. One name Pesica. So ope. That means obi sope. And at the time I married you, maybe when I was broke, you put up some character. And I'm speaking to men. Men have that character. If I'm broke and I experience certain treatment of disrespect from you, when I get money, I will taste another. Oh, I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you.
Wait, hold on, come again.
I mean, if you are living with your man, and there, as a married, you are married to a man, and at a point, things turn upside down. The man gets broke, and you begin to show up disrespect. Maybe at the time you are working, the man will be silent, observing you for long. The moment God turns the wheel and the man gets money better, he will begin to have the philosophy of polygamy. I'm telling you, ask every man. And there you see, Unyasika, Umfimi. Then one day he will tell the friends.
But have you not also heard stories of people who were very submissive to their husbands and struggled with the husband even throughout the trial struggling period, and they still made it, and eventually they were still cheated on? I don't think that's
You see, you have to understand by book of nature that men are naturally polygamous. No, that one, don't defend it. And don't bring gender something. Men are naturally polygamous.
Not all men.
If you see most men who are like, oh, Bible says you should stay with one woman. Me, I don't like this. Go into the background of that man. He's average on income. No, I want to make, it's an assumption I'm throwing to you.
Okay.
If a man doesn't have the necessary, look, this hotel, you get testimony, is nice. No man. But you don't bring any kind of woman here.
So what kind of women do you bring to Flow residents?
Men have, you see, when there is war, then you see taste.
Okay.
When there is war, you see that even the people at the ghetto will like the president's wife. That means men have insatiable need for their qualities, but they can't get. Some too cannot use their mouth to convince, so they will take it like that. But the moment they have what makes them men, money and potency here. If they have money and they have potency and they have taste, they will go and also explore.
Okay.
You understand?
I think
so that's the point I want to make. I don't
know if I can add up anything.
Okay.
No,
So,
please do.
with I think I agree with you. I don't think I agree with him, because men in nature are polygamous, like you said. But it takes a man with discipline to come to the terms that I am not going to cheat on my wife. I'm going to settle with one woman, because first of all, I'm saving up my finances if I do that, and I just want to be honest with the woman that I am with. And women are to submit to our husbands. That is how even the Bible said it, that women should be submissive, because men always see submissiveness as love. So if you are a woman, you want your man to love you, all that you need to do is to submit. Because I actually did a video on social media. I had women attacking me on that because they were having different views. But that is nature. That's how it is. If you want to keep your man, if you want to, have your man alone, what you can do to keep him is not giving him all the sex positions. It's not, it's not about your beauty, but it's about you respecting. Because men, when you respect men, they have their egos. You see, they will never succumb to a woman who tries to rub shoulders with them. So if you respect them,
he just said we are not equal.
No, in context,
he just said we are not equal.
Yeah, in context. In context, you see, everyone is unique. Okay. Yeah. We fancy, everything about you. Like Adam saw Eve. He said, woman, a rib of my rib.
You have problem with your eyes, man.
No, yes. Yeah. For us, let me say, men should forgive me. Men are irrational within relationship. Women are rational. Men lose, women gain in relationship. Even in our account setup, they will tell the woman, if you get cost, give it to the man. Later, my grandmom told me that the adepa is the child. Right. So the man feels that I'm having sex, I'm enjoying. You are thinking of progeny. You are thinking of giving birth, looking after them. And after 18, 16, if that is not there, so what? The day a man will know that women are miserable is the day fall. No, excuse me. The day you fall down. Your wife will say, because
it's family.
It's family. So that's what I'm saying. That because it is family, men, we are more or less irrational. Me, I like this. I like boobs. I like that. Men, that's how we think. Something that appeals to us. So I know men who after work will go and sit somewhere to be looking at buttocks. So that is how some of us are men by nature. So you don't expect man to reason.
Watch, but you don't have to go into relationship with them. Just watch.
That is when I don't have much money.
Do you know what? Let's move on.
You see,
let's move.
When there is more money, then I will remember the treatment you gave me. If that treatment was solitude, was respect, Oh, I would say, she never treated me with disrespect. And even men on average income, when they feel disrespected, they will also go and do what they should do. But the story is that, since we are talking of relationship and approval, okay, the story is that men, I'm speaking here to men, never describe your woman in negative sense before your mom, not your dad. That is okay. Before your sister, because they are all of the same nomenclature. So the good book says what? The good book says, treat a woman in knowledge. This is how the lady have decided to settle with Ace. This is her temperament. She can't handle truth. So you go out. Mistakenly, something has happened. You come. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. So that day, you lost that woman.
So men shouldn't apologize when they are wrong?
Oh, no. I mean, don't come and tell. When they catch you, apologize. But don't come and tell.
Vulnerable.
No, actually, we'll come back. We'll come back. I feel like we're kind of falling off.
No, we are not. Yeah. I'm on the same point. I want to tell you that when it is about men, okay, bringing their woman home, they should be mindful who they are talking to. So you position the woman well so that they appreciate her.
Right.
Because that is what you want. That's the point I want to make.
Okay.
You want her. And you know that my mom is like this. My mom can be jealous if she finds out that I am using all my money to package her and to spark up her beauty. And the mom also have seen that this woman is too fashionable. When you went home, even your style of walking tells her that I'll be doing this. So mom, the idea is that if I get what I want and I lie to you, didn't it happen in the Bible? Abraham, he said, Sarah, tell them you are not my wife. Didn't Abraham do? Depending on the circumstance. So you should be truthful, but you should be mindful of who you are being truthful with.
Right. Okay. Actually, quick one. I almost said Achawa. I think I'm missing Achawa at this point. But what are some of the implications if one decides to go against the advice or the disapproval of friends and family to still be with the person they choose to love? What are some of the implications?
We told you so. That's all. Like,
but does it always end with "we told you so"?
It doesn't. So I think it's what you share with the person, how the experience you go through. Even if it ends bad, you earn something good out of it. So you don't have to mind what they say, the implication. Once you were happy in the relationship, it's okay. Forget about the friends and whatever they talk about.
Yeah, I think with the implications, first of all, when you disregard your parents, you know, in the Ghanaian settings, when you marry someone, you marry the family, not just the individual. So it's expected that, okay, you are marrying your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, the sisters, your sister-in-laws, and all the family. They are all your family now. But because you disregarded your mother's or your father's advice and still went on to marry this person they objected, you know, it creates that hatred between the lady and then the family, because in the family's head they are thinking you snatched away our, you know, son, especially if the son is the breadwinner of the family. They will have the thought that here you snatched away our son, and so it actually goes down to affect the children as well, because the woman is also going to try her best to, you know, keep the children away from the family, and you know, you begin to see the impact when the man is no more.
Right.
Especially when the man has properties. That is where the family gets to fight the woman. That is where the family gets to, you know, prevent the woman from even stepping on the funeral grounds to perform the final rite. That is where the family and the sister sees this woman as an enemy who that shouldn't cross to their border.
Right.
And so it actually goes down to, I think those who are affected more is the children. The children are affected mostly because they are left behind. They are not welcome into their home, and even if they are, the amount of love they should get from their grandfathers and their aunties, they don't really get that. There is this hatred that goes down to the lineage. So yeah.
Briefly, any advice for any couple or anyone aspiring to marry someone that they found, but they found themselves in a situation where either the parents of the bride or the woman or the groom isn't really too fond of the relationship? What's your advice?
My advice is, first and foremost, the man or the person whose family is objecting the relationship should sit the family down and have a talk with them. So when you have a talk with them, get to know their reasons respectfully. So don't go and bombard them that I'll say mami ware and stuff. No, just speak to them respectfully, get to know their reasons, and then present your lady to them. Not the lady being there in person, but create an image and let them know why you are into this lady and what you've seen in this lady or man that you want to get involved with. And even you can add up the help this person have rendered onto you. Probably the person had helped you financially in form of advising you and all that. Just create a great impression, a great picture, so that your family will get to like this individual. And then when you can also just try to push the lady, because most of the time it happens when in the relationship stage, the woman was not introduced to the family of the man or the woman. And so if the family didn't know you in the starting point, and then later you want to get settled, and then you want to introduce, it becomes hard to just accept this person just at a latter part. But when in the beginning stage you get to introduce, even that will help you. So if they don't approve it, you've not really gone far with the relationship, so you can back off. But then if it's at the latter stage, let's say it's at the latter stage, what had happened, just sit them down, get to know their reasons, get to explain to them why you are so much into the lady, because you definitely need their blessing. If they still say no, I guess you have to part your ways, because
follow your heart.
Yeah, because most of the times when you follow your heart, it actually depends. It depends on how far you've come. It depends if you're so convinced. At times you're so convinced that no, this individual is for me, this person is going to help me. But the times where you can back off easily is when you also have your doubts on this particular individual. Probably you're also thinking around if you should go in or back off, but that you don't really know the individual. But when you are too certain that this person is for me, this person is going to see me, then you can convince your family to help you out.
Atre, what about you? What's your advice on any young couple or even all couples that perhaps they found themselves in such predicament?
So we can look at Meghan's story, Meghan and the prince. Is your partner worth the sacrifice? If it's worth the sacrifice, you can stay. But if the person doesn't deserve it, you can choose your family over it. Because when you're dating someone, you can literally project the future. This person can be a provider, can be a supportive system, can be this, or the person will kill me, the person joins me. So you can weigh all these options and know if the person deserves it. If the person deserves it, let love lead. Love always wins. Yeah.
Obideshe, I feel like I've learned so much from you, and we need to have an in-depth conversation after this show. I'm really, really curious to know how you actually think, because you're able to actually generalize a lot of the thoughts when it comes to men and also when it comes to relationship in general. But I'm going to ask you a brief question. Please give me a yes or no.
If it's fair. Okay, go ahead.
If you're in a relationship and your parents or your friends and family disapprove, should you still go ahead to pursue the relationship? Yes or no?
Yes and no.
Yes or no?
Yes, because life, everything is politics. Everything is influence. Okay?
Right.
If your parents, for the first time, do not show to love your woman or man, it's not the end of the story. It's natural. Okay, it is up to you, like my lady said, to begin to influence them. Find a way to diagnose and find out why mom or dad is against this relationship. I wouldn't like to talk of friends except for men. Men who roam about must have gotten the opportunity to know the woman you are dating in depth, so they can advise you, but we will reserve that for another day. So for me, you sit your parents down and don't be too formal. Family is not a formal thing. Family is not a formal. You cannot address monsieur to your dad, but you can always say daddy. You can't say Mr. Amponsa. You can say daddy or Amponsa if you are my son. That is how French would like you to address. So take your mother out, just as you would take your lady out.
Okay.
Give her a good treat. Mommy, now obey and Debbie can see, you know how wonderful she has been. You see that in recent times things are better, but you have never bothered to ask me. Look, you are laughing. You see, if you are a man and you don't have this type of relationship with your mom, then this will happen to you. Because if you let your mom feel good, sometimes you buy something in town, you go and present it with the lady's name. Mommy, Mansa says I should bring you this. Hey, on so you. So when people are days a little bit, they give out their thoughts. So sometimes use food, drink to work on them. If they reject drink, take them to a beautiful place. Okay. Then they will be able to tell you, because see, the day you brought her home, this is what I saw. Maybe at a point it's spiritual. She will tell you.
Right.
If it's spiritual, leave it.
Okay.
If not, find a powerful pastor. But if it's not spiritual, convince your mom until she accepts the lady.
All right.
It will work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ponsan. So he wasn't able to stand his ground. He said yes and no. Yes. Okay. Let's be.
So we are going for a very short commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to Toast Again.
still Toast right here on GHOne Television. My name is Mame Inimwabeko, and I'm here with Mr. Ponsan, Atre, Roxanne, and also SB. It's time to toast to some games, but before that, can we cheers? I don't think we've done that tonight. To approval of relationships, right? Okay, so it's time for us to play a game, and the game is called the ending of basically, let me give you the rule of the game. So I will start with a word. Whatever word I end with, you have to start a conversation with it, right? Okay. Do we get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So tonight we're here on toasting to life.
Life is short, but live it well.
Well, live it. That is why we have lived it to this point, and that is why we are here to offer our pieces of advice to you.
That's a whole difference. We said sentence. It's supposed to be one line. Hey, who passed a wall? What's it? Let's start. It's another evening, and we're here to toast to life.
Life is well and short, so please leave it to the fullest.
That means I should start with
fullest.
Let's go.
It to the fullest. I will place an advice to everyone, but too late.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I'll end with well. So you start something.
No, I shall continue.
Fullest it is.
Is that all life is about?
About what? Money. I'm in for it.
If you are in for it, I'm also in for it.
It is a girl.
Girls. Conversation on toast every day. Period.
Everyday hustle.
So must we hustle to the end.
End is